Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Sand Meat Market Kyle Donahue Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Chucky Doak Lady Black Knights basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with Lady Black Knights head coach Kyle Donahue. Coach, how are we doing this evening?
Doing great. You?
I'm doing well. It's feeling nice outside now. We're finally hitting 60. We're starting to feel that early spring a little bit now, I think.
Hopefully it's a fall spring. We need some snow days.
You think so?
No.
Wait till after basketball season.
Yeah, we're out of the snow days. Didn't get very many. That's okay, though.
You got a lot this year. I think it made up for not having any last year.
True. We didn't get a ton of days off.
How many?
I love snow days when you can go sledding.
Yeah.
Tegan likes to go sledding, so we try and get as many as we can. Hope for some more, but it doesn't look good.
This year's wasn't that great because after that first day it kind of froze. So
yeah.
After that it wasn't fun. It was
Hey,
just
that is. Well, we ride a skim board at our house.
Oh, okay. So it just
on top of that bad boy, we had a great time.
I bet so. How many snow days do you have a year?
I don't even know.
It was
as much
10.
As they give us.
It was 10 when I was in school. I didn't know if it had changed any.
They do some sort of math. I don't know. Who knows?
Hey,
I just want to use them all.
It hasn't snowed as much these last few years. I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped it.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. But anyway, basketball.
Basketball, yes. We previewed the district tournament last week. We came in here on Thursday, and you had South Green later that night. Ended up being on the losing side of that one, and then you went into Monday night's consolation game against Happy Valley. Picked up a win in that matchup to finish third in the District 1 2A tournament this year. Take me through the tournament experience this year for you and the girls.
Obviously, with Hampton being added, we were going to have to play one or two or both of Hampton and South Green. We would have had to play both. It wasn't a great first half against South Green. It started out kind of back and forth, and then we just couldn't get things going. I'll take the blame on that. I felt like we weren't ready to play. I didn't have us ready to play, and it's one of those things when you play a really good team, you got to be ready. You got to play a 4-quarter game, and we didn't really do that, and so it's tough, but that's life. We talk a lot about life, and we talk a lot about response and how are you going to respond, and I thought we really did that pretty well against Happy Valley. Came out kind of flat to start with, but we had the advantage. I think we went up 4 at halftime, and then came out and did a couple different things that they've not seen before, and got you and I talked after the game. I think it was 3 or 4 turnovers in a row, allowed us to
all of a sudden in like 2 minutes it had become a 10-point lead or a double-digit lead.
Yeah, to balloon that lead, and that was pretty solid for us pushing forward for the rest of the game. And I think we kept it above that the rest of the game. It was a good chance to give our seniors one last curtain call, bring them out one at a time, and let our fans show their appreciation for them individually as well as a group. So that was a good thing to do, and it's something that we like to do. Sanaya, she hates when I do that. Talia got her chance last year. It's great for a senior to be able to see all of the appreciation from our fans, from our team, and our coaching staff of all that they've meant. So that's something that's important to me. And that's why we do it. We want to give our appreciation one at a time, and so we got to do that against Happy Valley, and it was good to see. And then the young girls finished it out.
When did you start doing the curtain calls? Because you've got a lot of seniors.
When did we? I want to say, it's tough with that game. They weren't calling fouls. I think with 4 minutes left, they had 4 fouls all game, so there wasn't a ton of dead balls. So I wanted to make sure I got it in. So I think we started with about 4 minutes left in the game. And so there was 6 seniors that we needed to get in and get out. I think we started with 4 minutes left and got them all out. So that was good.
I think every senior scored. We talked about it after the game. You've had so many instances this year where over 10 players have scored that it's not really surprising anymore. 11 players scored against Happy Valley. And when we talked, until you mentioned it, I hadn't even noticed it yet. And you had 11 players score, whether they scored 1, whether they scored 5, whether they scored 11. You had 11, your 13 players that touched the floor scored in that game. And said it too many times this year that it's a total team effort, but a lot of your games have been that essentially.
Yeah, and it's awesome to see different people step up in different games. And like we've said many times before, when you have that one person, it's easy to game plan. Not easy, but your game plan shifts to that person. We'll talk about that when we talk about GP. But with different people stepping up, it allows each of us to showcase what we're good at. I think Faith against Johnson County, up at Johnson County, she had a double-double, and most of her points were on rebounds and putbacks. Hensley has led us or been close to scoring, and she's made some arc shots right there in the elbow, and it's different. It's different things that they all bring to the table, and for me as a coach, that's exciting, and that's something we want to see is different people using their skill sets, and that's the definition of a team for us. We could have one person that we feed the ball to over and over and over, but the definition of our team is we self-sacrifice. We play for everyone, and we substitute a lot. Not a lot of people love that, but it's for the betterment of the team. And you can watch games that we've worn people down. I want to say the Cosby game. If you go back and watch the Cosby game, there was one possession in close to the end of the third quarter, maybe the start of the fourth quarter. They were in a zone, and we just ran them ragged on offense by moving the ball. And then after that, we had a couple more possessions, and we brought a whole new group in. And so that's been fun to watch. Just the deterioration of the other team for our girls, and it's everybody gets a slice of the pie.
How many different starting lineups do you think you've had this year? Just off the top of your head, how many do you guesstimate?
I couldn't even guess. We're trying to different lineups, and you and I talked about Faith. Faith could probably start any night, and same thing with Sanaya. But we've chosen to bring them both off the bench for different reasons, and by doing so and them accepting that, they've helped our team in different ways. I think Sanaya led us in scoring the other night. Both of them led us in scoring off the bench. So we're trying to find the right matchups, and we're trying to find the right pairings. When we find those matchups and pairings, we're able to kind of expose or kind of use them to attack certain things in the other team. So, it's everyone wants to start. We've said that before, and everyone wants to run out and have their name announced. But as coaches, we've got to be able to find a way to win games. And we feel like this is one of the best ways for us to win.
It's much sweeter to be able to win than to be able to start if you had your choice, I think.
Right, I think so. But, it's everyone, it's one of those things.
Cool to
everyone
start. You want to start.
Wants obviously to start. Everybody wants to be the one to score the most points. But our job is to win games, and we're trying our best to win games and trying to attack different matchups and have different pieces put together. It's a good thing to have when you've got 10 or 11, 12, 13 people that you think can play and that you can put in different circumstances and like Faith can probably play different positions, 2 through 4. Mm-hmm. Sometimes she's even played the 5 for us. So it's fun and hopefully it's enjoyable for the girls.
You got another big game coming up now.
Yeah.
On Friday night, you'll travel to Gatlinburg-Pittman in the first round of the regional quarterfinals. You played them 2 years in a row, now 3 years in a row in the regional tournament. Looking to get by them now. We've kind of touched on them a little bit in the past and kind of mentioned them a little bit a few minutes ago, but we'll go ahead and talk about them in full right after this break. So shout out to Sand Meat Market once again. We'll plug them in the second half. But until then, check out this commercial from them, and we'll be right back in just a minute here on Grassroots Media.
Sand Meat Market, your ultimate meat destination. Step into Sand Meat Market for a curated selection of steaks, lamb, goat, and other quality foods. Each cut is meticulously crafted to exceed your expectations, promising a dining experience like no other. Elevate your dining experience and visit Sand Meat Market today. Indulge in the exceptional quality and taste that only Sand Meat Market can provide. Join us on this culinary journey and savor the difference. Tommy's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greenville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommy's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommy's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommy's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommy's a call at 638-3662.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Sand Meat Market Kyle Donahue Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Chucky Oak Lady Black Knights basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with Lady Black Knights head coach Kyle Donahue. So you got Gatlinburg-Pittman coming up, third year in a row now in the regional tournament. They've got the same cast that it seems like they've had for 3 years now. They're one of the top-ranked teams in state as we've known coming into this point. I think they're 29-3. What is your plan to take them down on Friday night?
Well, let's just start with, we thought we were away from them. You know, they've been undefeated in conference.
I think a lot of people did.
They're going through the tournament and got upset in the last game, the championship game against Alcoa. I went ahead and texted Happy Valley guys and said we forfeited so they can have third and we'll take fourth. But, you know, it's just one of those things. Tournament time is crazy. We were talking off camera about upsets and different things, and it's one of those things that are involved in basketball. So, you know, it was one of those things. The night of, it was shocking because we thought we'd be playing Alcoa, but they played really well. We watched that on I think they had it on their YouTube page or NFHS or something. But they're good. I think they've lost 3 games all year. They've got Maddie Newman, who's a Miss Basketball finalist again. But they've got some guards around, Stinnett and Burns, and they had Glasper in this year. I don't think she was there last year. Her brother's a Mr. Basketball finalist, which is crazy. We got our work cut out for us. They're obviously a top team for a reason. They play really well. Just by watching some of their film, I feel like we can expose a couple of little things. But we're going to have to play well. Like we told the girls, we can't come out flat. We've got to come out ready to play. Obviously, you got Newman inside, who's got moves for days. She's a Tennessee Tech signee, I think, or commit, whatever she is. And then you got Burns, and you got Stinnett on the outside, number 10 and 11. If you look back last year, we played them in the regional semis. We held Newman to 9 points, but it was Stinnett and Burns who each had 22, 3, 4, something respectively that really hurt us shooting outside. So, you know, we've worked on, we've got to stop the post. We've also got to be able to get out to shooters, and then Glasper is more of a driver, but she'll shoot outside. And, you know, I think we have a good shot. I don't know how many games you go into in the regional tournament and think, you know, you've got a good shot against the number 1 team, but I think we have a good shot just by some things that they do and some things that we do well. We just have to take advantage and not throw away our shot for you Hamilton fans out there. But we're excited about it. You know, you get this point in the season, everybody's good. And to be able to move on, you got to beat a good team. And we're hoping that this night is our night, and we can go play the winner of Hampton or whoever and keep the ball moving, keep the ball bouncing, and we'll see.
I think one thing you said last year that I remember was somebody asked if Union County was a good team when they were coming in here to play in the quarterfinals last year. And you said every team from here on out is a good team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you play from here on out. Once you've made it to regionals, I think you're down to the 64 top teams in state, and if you do make it to the semis, then you're down to 32. Once you start the regional quarterfinals, it's kind of like March Madness at this point. You got 64, and you're going to dwindle down from here on out. So
There's no backing into the regional tournament. You don't just miraculously happen unless. Never mind. You're another class anywhere, but you don't just back into the regional tournament. You have to earn your way in, and that's one thing we've tried to talk to our girls. It's special to be here. It's not just something that from now on it'll probably be expected, but it's not something that you just are handed.
Yeah.
You have to go earn it, and you have to be able to go take it from somebody else
Especially
who also
now.
wants it. You could be another team from our conference that's sitting at home. You have to go take it, and you have to be able to get there, and then let the chips fall where they may.
Especially now with it being a 6-team conference.
Yeah.
When it was a 5-team conference, I guess it's still a one-game play-in, whether it's 5 or 6 teams, but you can't afford to slip up in some of those games with it being 6 teams now. If you're in a 4-team conference, like you said, you're backing into the regionals no matter what. But when it's a 5 and a 6-team conference, or even more than that, it's a little tougher to get into regionals because it's a little thicker in there.
Right.
It's a little tougher to get in. But Sand Meat Market, what you got this week?
Hey, listen, go check them out for your hamburger needs. They've got $4.99 a pound hamburgers. If you don't like hamburger, they've got steak. Also comes from the same animal. Let's see where we're at. Well, like we talked about last night, $14.50 for a ribeye. You're a ribeye man, you said. You actually said you like it all.
I like all of them.
Me too. I'm a big fan. Fillets, $8.99 a pound. Sirloin, $7.50 a pound. But wait, Tyler, what's that? You don't like meat from a cow? That's okay. They've got some sheep. What did I write down? Where did I write it? Some lamb or goats available now.
Okay.
At Sand Meat Market, your local meat market. Hometown feel. Big class. Hometown feel. Go check them out down there on the 11E.
I don't know a better place you get your meat at.
Hey, forget the rest. Sand Meat Market.
They're the best. They're the best. There we go. You stole it right out of my mouth. I think that's all we got this week,
man.
Coach. Best luck Friday night against
let's
UP.
clear up a narrative.
What's the narrative?
All right. If you watched last week, the seniors, I did come in and tell them they weren't good enough. But the other side of the story, and like I told them, they didn't include it.
I'll never forget when we went to Hampton last year for the first time during that jamboree, and our first game, and he looks at us dead serious. He's like, "You guys aren't good."
Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, y'all are awful.
You guys are not good enough."
He said,
and
we were not
just
good enough to
kinda
beat anyone. That's what he said.
The other side of the story is we've got to get better. We're not good enough now. We've got to get better, and we have. I think our juniors and seniors have really risen in the last 2 years. Sophomores have come in, and I thought, just from, if you look at our team and our program from a couple years ago, we talked about us going to GP 2 years ago, and that was a blowout, I think, down there. Hopefully this time is not, but just seeing our program rise to where we're at, where we're expecting to win games, that's a testament to our girls and how hard they've worked. So yes, I've said that, but they've worked hard, and we've expected to be in games now. And I think we've won over the last 2 years. We've won over 30 games, which is pretty rock solid for our team.
I'm glad we could clear that up.
Yes, and they did some good. They did some good impressions.
Who was your favorite?
They were all good. I'm not picking a favorite. That's like picking a favorite kid. They were all good. I tried to pick Haley Taylor. She let me down. I thought she had a good one. She let me down. But they were all good. They all had some funny things to say, and when I took over this job, it's more than basketball to me, and hopefully we've got that across to them that it's more than basketball. We talk life, we talk everything in between, and hopefully they've had a great experience, and hopefully this week we keep it moving.
Apparently you're a big Polar Express guy.
I am. Hey, that's the way things happen on the Polar Express, And if you've ever ridden the Polar Express, if you want to go with me, we'll sing Hot Chocolate. That's my jam. This week at practice, we've been shooting a little bit to The Greatest Showman.
Okay.
Shout out to Courtney Donahue, who I've never seen The Greatest Showman, and then all of a sudden she was like, "You've never seen The Greatest Showman?" So we watched it, and now Tegan and I watch it all the time. But this is the greatest show.
I made it about halfway through that movie. I need to watch the latter half.
It's great. It's great. It's an excellent movie.
We
Shout
had
out to whoever made it.
We had a suggestion for the
All
name
right.
of your office. Did
All
you
right.
see it?
No.
Kyle's Cave.
Interesting.
How do you feel about it?
That makes me feel like a grizzly bear. I'm gonna.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know.
Not sold on it?
Not sold on it. Not throwing it out yet. Not throwing it out. Not sold on it.
Okay. We'll put it in the maybe.
The maybes.
section.
Yes, the maybes.
I know this is the very tail end. If you're still here watching, thank you.
Thank you. How'd you make it this far?
But this was the very first thing we mentioned last week. It's the very last thing now. If you've got any other name suggestions for Kyle's office,
Send them in.
let us know.
Send
We've
them
got
in.
Kyle's Cave. I think we might have had one more. Maybe I had a suggestion.
I don't know. I don't
I
look
don't
at
know.
comments on things.
I don't know. We don't get many. I check them every now and then, but I don't
Sweet.
check them often. But that's all we've got. GP.
GP.
Friday night.
Let's get it.
This will release beforehand.
Sweet.
If you're watching this on your way up there, great. If not,
Keep your eyes on the road.
you might be missing it. Hopefully you're listening and not watching. I don't want you to watch a coach's show while you're going down the road.
Yeah.
But GP, 7 o'clock Friday night, Region 1 2A quarterfinals. Check it out, Gatlinburg, Pittman. Make it out if you have the opportunity to. But that's all we've got. Thank you for watching this week's edition of the Sand Meat Market Kyle Donahue Show. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.
Go Black Knights.